What's up?
Most impressive thing that the defense did last week?
I wouldn't say there was just nothing impressive. I mean, we just did what we do. We go out there, play ball. Yeah, that's it.
So that physicality was expected,
Yeah.
and just kind of the unity that we saw. That was
Yeah,
expected.
that's us. That's just what we are, who we are, how we've been working. Yeah, that's just it.
Of course, you would have liked to have gotten the W, but in any way, did that feel like it made a statement or sent a message that this is a defense to be reckoned with?
Well, I think you got to. When you play us, we're gonna play tough. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna be physical. And yeah. I was gonna say something, but I don't need to say that. So let me just go this route. When you play us, we're gonna be physical. We're gonna attack the ball. We're gonna try to do it and play this game the right way. And that's how we'll go. With it from here.
There's a team in the league that doesn't say they want to be physical. What's the difference between saying, hey, we want to be physical and actually being that team? How do you get to that point?
That's the difference, doing it versus saying it. We do it, and it's not just on Sunday. We do it Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, been in the league 5 years, 2 different teams, didn't get to, spend much time with Tennessee, but there's no team that I've been on that works as hard as we work or that, grinds each and every day. So I think that just shows up on Sunday when we go out there and play.
What did you see from DeMarcus Lawrence up front from his game this weekend and the kind of strength he brings to that unit up front?
Disruptive, man. He's savvy vet, man. When you played the game so long, you just see things, you just feel things. So when you're out there with him, he's got a great feel of the game, great feel of, if it's run or pass. And he's one of those guys, like, I'm always looking to on the field to see what see if I could tell, like, his body language on what he's kind of thinking. Because if I see him loaded up, like, he must be thinking it's about to be a pass. So that'll just give me some extra, tips to get back in, my drops earlier.
For people that don't know Drake Thomas as well, share a little bit about what you've seen from him as a linebacker.
Man, since I got here, just constant progress. And Drake's one of the smartest guys in the room, one of the guys that you can depend on him to be in the right spot. And then once you turn on the tape and there's somebody in front of him to strike, he's got a lot of power. He can strike. So I'm excited. I'm excited to, see him continue to grow because he is young. But I'm excited. He's a baller.
Steelers did a lot of quick game, a lot of screen stuff, not a lot of deep down the field. How much do you focus on what their game plan was in 1 week with Aaron Rodgers and with this new crew versus kind of past stuff they've done?
I think when you look at this Steelers group, you have to look at them in the past of what, Aaron Rodgers has done. The stuff has kind of been, the same stuff. Wherever he goes, he's taking the things that he does well. And when you're that good, you do that. So it's always, when we're watching film this week, the same stuff that he did last week, they were doing it a little bit when he was with the Jets. So, I mean, I think you just take it, game by game. Each week, a team's going to come out there and they got, several plays that they think that are going to beat you and put you in tough, situations. But at the end of it all, they'll roll back to their core and we'll be ready.
Overall, just seeing what Aaron Rodgers did last week, how impressed. I mean, his last couple of years, he had the injury and the Jets' offense wasn't maybe functioning as well. Just how impressive is what he was able to do last week at 42 years old?
Yeah, he was balling. He was getting the ball out quick, making decisions. Teammates around him helping him. They played a really good game. So I think this week we got a good challenge for us, defensively versus their offense. And when you want to be the best and you want to be one of the best defenses, you got to go. You go whoever, no matter what, you go play and you get it done.
Have you seen a tight end as big as Darnell Washington over there?
I haven't, and it's crazy. He got bigger from college. I don't know how you can do that, but he did. He's a big guy.
What do you appreciate about playing with Josh Jobe?
Man, comes to work every day. Doesn't really say too much, but you can look into his eyes and see, man, I'm here with you. I'm ready to fight. Job's our little quiet dog, man. He brings a lot of energy, brings a lot to this team, a lot of physicality that we need on that side at that position. So I love playing with Josh.
You had a couple games last year on defense where you guys closed the game out, including the game against the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. What do you learn about your guys in those moments that maybe carries into this season?
It's just more. It just continues to build that trust. I think the biggest thing you can have on defense, and I guess in sports in general, is trusting the guys that you play with. When you do that, you're able to play at a level that you wouldn't be able to play if you didn't trust. So, it just allows us to play faster.
Back to DeMarcus Lawrence, I think it was like the first play of the game. He blows up the running back and then hits Purdy to play. Like, is it surprising that a guy can play with that kind of physicality and violence for over a decade in the NFL and last as long as he has?
No, I think, when it comes to just how long can you play like that, that's, that goes back to what you're made of as a man, how you were raised, how you grew up. Whether he's played 10 years, 15 years, what I know about D-Law, if they're playing football on Sunday and he's out there, he's going to be physical. He's going to be trying to knock your head off. So,
When you played on teams that have had defenses that closed out games, anything that specifically stood out to you about what it was about those defenses that allowed them to get off the field at the end?
I think just no flinch. The moment gets bigger, but the moment for us is still the game. I think that's all it is. Just the moments do, rise, and you just got to trust. Go back to the training. Go back to the stuff you did all June, July, August. That should give you the confidence in those situations where we got to close to, let's go close it.
Is there a certain type of relationship that a green dot guy has with his play caller?
Yeah, I always think I'm Mike's favorite. Like, honestly, I have to be. I have to be. Yeah, no. It is different. We talk often, trying to see, because I'll get in situations where, it's loud in Lumen Field. I can't hear Mike, so I have to get in situations where I have to make calls. So we're always constantly communicating on that aspect of it. And during the game, if we got a TV timeout, go check in with him, see what he's thinking. I think our relationship is unique. And I'll say this again just because Kobe's coming in here. I do think Mike Macdonald's favorite player is the Mike linebacker. Just saying.
Do you guys meet separately, just going over stuff during the week?
Yeah, we'll meet separately with whether it be just me and him, or we'll do a signal callers meeting where he's kind of explaining the law of the land, how we're gonna go out there, roll in this series and series to come. So
Some guys, excuse me, like hearing everything that the coach will have to say up until when the cutoff is, and some guys don't want to hear it. I can't remember where he said you fall in that spectrum, but he said some guys tell him to shut up because they talk too much.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it because most of the time as he's talking, I'm trying to talk, so I'm talking and listening. So honestly, it's like that's kind of hard. I'm telling you the truth, but it works for me. I like all the information because most of the time he's right. So I'll take.
You're spitting out the play call or just extra stuff?
As he's telling me to play, I'll kind of get the first 2 or 3 words, and then I can piece it together from there, or what we got, and then I'm listening to him to see if I need to, hey, tell Job this. We have a lot of that, like, hey, tell Job this. If this happens, we're gonna do this. Like, he's a big talker. I'll say that.
Given that, what's the benefit of having week 2 on the road, right, where you're not going to have as much crowd noise as you did at Lumen? Does that help make a jump?
I think so. I think our communication should be spot on. I think we should be able to get lined up, get our cleats in the ground, and just be ready to go play, be ready to go ball out. Shouldn't have too much noise while they're on offense, so we should be fine as far as communicating and just getting lined up.
I think the Seahawks have lost a road game since you've been here. You guys won 7 of 8 last year total. What do you guys like about going on the road? Is it just sort of the mentality, or what?
I think it's just the mentality, but I think it goes back to the mentality of this team. When you take 70 players from the Seahawks and you take us on the road and we got to go into uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable environments, and we got to come out of there and, scratch, fight, and claw for a win, I think we just live up to those moments. Like, wherever we're playing football at, send us there and we'll go get the job done. That's how we play and think on defense, and I think it just, rolled over.
Coaching staff compared to some of the others in terms of openness to incorporating your feedback or players' feedback into game planning and how things are going during the game itself?
Yeah, they're super open. Mike's always, if it doesn't work or it's not clicking in our minds, he'll throw it out with a heartbeat. So he's always listening to us, he's always thinking for us, trying to be ahead. If if he feels that we're struggling with something, he'll just go ahead and kind of eliminate it off our plate. So he's always in constant communication with us.
Going back to Brady's question there, how much is that two-way conversation with the coach on the side? Is it about stuff beyond the play call, like tell Leo to watch for this, other things around the play call itself and getting it in that communication?
If we got 20 seconds, 5 of it was for the call. The other 15 seconds were him telling me, hey, tell Leo to do this, tell Job to get here. Hey, I want you to do this. Like, it's mostly that.
How hectic was in that context? How hectic was that final drive against Rodgers last year?
The Jets game? Did we play that at home or away?
That
Was there.
That was here?
Yeah.
It was there.
That was there.
Oh, it was there?
That was Leonard's return game.
That is right. I mean, it's fine. We could hear, we could communicate. He didn't have to rush things. He was able to, just communicate effectively, so it was fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
you.